Just gonna pull that up.
Yo. What's going on, everyone? What's up? Give it a few minutes. Let people hop on here.
What's up, Teresa? Always here first, or at least in the top 5 anyway.
Yeah. Live.
I love that it does the subtitles when you mute it.
Yeah.
It's great. That's a great feature.
They barely started doing that like this month, right? Or last month, or
Yeah, I feel like it's only been a month or two. Yeah.
well, they optimize it to where it's doing really, really good. Right.
Yeah, like it's pretty quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Yo, Jessica, what's up? What's going on? Let me share this.
So where do you see Jessica on the? Oh, she's in the chat. Gotcha.
In the chat right there.
What's up, Jess? So I finally got some lumber ordered, so I can start building some fencing and stuff and do some shit around here, man.
Yeah.
It took a month. This one I ordered from Home Depot, and they were like 4 weeks. Yesterday was 28 days. I was like, you got to be kidding me. It still hadn't showed up, so I canceled it. Sorry, Sunday. So I canceled it Sunday, and then I ordered from Rona up here. It's another hardware place.
Uh-huh.
And they had it. They dropped it off this morning, 3 business days. I'm like, damn, I could have had it like a month ago.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
It's a lot easier to build like fencing and stuff outside when it's not 5 million degrees out like it is right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's cool, man. That's dope. I think that's it's a nice little project that you're gonna have for yourself right there, right?
Yeah, I need something to do outside, right? Like other than just sit around and drink beer.
I love the honesty right there. Love it.
It's what it is. Yeah. It sounds like switching from Printful to Shirtley, right? You wait for a month, cancel, and then it's out the door in 3 business days. Totally. That's funny. Yeah. What's up, William? What's up? Roughed up.
Val, what's going on? And we got Teresa driving again.
Watching videos is working, right?
Yeah, it is. And I have I think that you can watch a certain amount of videos, right? And listen to us for like a certain amount of time, I want to say. And then you got to get to work, right? Me, I can listen to content to 30 to 45 minutes or even sometimes even less. And then I get straight to testing, straight to working.
But absolutely, man, if you take away anything from here, even if it's a new way of looking at something, a new perspective even, then yeah, I would say it's a positive influence in some way, right? Like you don't have to agree with anything we say, but even if it gets you, flips a switch and you start thinking about research or new products or whatever in a different light, then yeah, I mean, if it's beneficial, I think it qualifies as working. So depends though. If you're on the can, then it's, it's a different story, I guess.
This is considered training. So working.
You got it.
So most importantly, it's just also too, it's just Jay and myself today. D she is actually out for the day. So
under the weather there.
Yeah. So what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, but we're gonna do some Evergreen product research, and we will be asking you guys like what products. I want you guys to help us out right here. What products would you like to research? Because the last 2 lives we kind of took the lead and went into like different niches and stuff like that. Well, when I think of evergreen product research, I'm thinking of a product, right? As in like a shirt, as in like a sticker, right? Jay, is that or what's your take on it? I know D has a different take on it.
What exactly?
The research for the Evergreen product, like Evergreen product research, right? I'm not sure how you would do the research on, like, how would you start with research? Obviously, you guys want to start with like a niche, right? And then dive in that way, Oh,
Yeah,
here we go. Here goes Teresa. Here goes Teresa.
yeah.
Koozies.
So koozies is a good one, and it kind of ties in with some stuff I do. So I do a lot of birthday stuff, and
Mhm.
a lot of it, revolves around like parties. So you can do like you can sell groups of stuff at a time for like I don't know birthday parties or like bridesmaid parties, like wedding stuff, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And koozies fits in there because everybody wants a keepsake, right, from that party or whatever. So you can have like the birthday boy's name or the bride and groom or whatever. A lot of them have like hashtag Instagram handles or whatever to follow them for their wedding
Yeah.
escapades and all that. And you can have like mementos that you can have for the parties on koozies. So that's a good one too. But yeah, so how I go about typically the new product research would be based largely on my customers' suggestions. So I listen to my customers. If you listen to your customers, they'll tell you everything you need to know. They're going to
Mhm.
ask you, can you do this? Can you do a banner? Banners are good too. There's a lot of places online you can just order banners that are like you can get a wholesale account. So I do freelance graphics, for example. So I'll do logos, business cards, that sort of thing. But anytime I need the print collateral stuff, which is anything literally printed,
Mhm.
I can upload a file to a print shop somewhere, and they'll blind ship on my behalf with my business name on it. 1,000 business cards to that business. You can do banners, lawn signs, like those plastic lawn signs when people are doing your roof or whatever. They
Mhm.
stick it in the ground. That sort of thing. So they also do like big time like banners and pop up tents and stuff. So um, you can do a lot of stuff like that. And then when you get into like the party kind of bachelorettes and this and that, a lot of them want banners and they want like happy birthday signs and stuff, right? So that's the kind of thing where I would listen to my customers that way. And you can order, I think, using Canadian dollars, but the same kind of principle. I can order like a 6 foot by 2 foot banner
Mhm.
for and have it printed and shipped for with like grommets in like the ring so you can hang it up
Yeah.
printed and shipped for like $45 and I can sell that all day for 150 uh,
Dang.
especially for like a monumentous occasion, right? People will just throw money at stuff.
Yeah, especially like banners right now for like graduation. A lot of like when I
Yeah.
go by like a construction site, like when they're building like new condos over here, you
Hmm.
can see like the construction company has the banner right on the fence, and it says their construction company name. And I'm pretty sure it's of course for their branding and stuff like that, but they're proud of that, right? So they want something really big that's going to cover up the whole block, right?
Yeah,
And yeah, so that's some things to think about too as well.
for
Yeah.
sure. um,
Mhm.
uh, the other things they've asked too are like, yeah, for koozies, for example, is a good one, like I said. And then like pet things, because a lot of you'll find some like posh people, like a pet is your part of your family, as you and I
Yeah.
know both love our dogs. But
Yeah.
some of them will have these little pocket-sized purse dogs that go everywhere, even in the wedding we're holding it and all that stuff. So they're like, well, can you do dog shirts? I'm like, well, enter Shirtly, right? Quick turnaround. They do the dog stuff too now. A lot of my birthday or Father's Day stuff, they want aprons. Well, those are other things. So just listen to your customers. And a lot of times, the things that they ask you, your customers ask you about, will
Mhm.
kind of be in line for the most part with the niche you're in, right? Because
Yeah.
that's kind of looking for like a bundle package of like everything. So you end up wanting to be the one-stop shop. You don't want them to have to go to 5 or 6 shops to get that bundle put together.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, sky's the limit. When things, and the best part about taking the customer suggestion is once you do a design like that, if it's a custom name, you can just put up the name and then you can relist that product, right?
Yeah.
So now you've got a product already designed. You can put it up and just like, in the title, you can say any name or customizable or whatever. I'm gonna turn off my merch.
No one likes a bragger over there.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. Val, she says I'm building a very large shed in Arizona heat. It's not fun. Yeah.
Correct. I can't imagine. Arizona's way hotter than out here. But man,
Also, also too, guys, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, please like comment. Have a question, ask it, right? And then Jay and I are gonna go back and forth with the content, as you guys can see right now. But we encourage you to ask questions. And if you're new here, say what's up, holla at your boy and at your boys. And then yeah, we're here to help. So no, I think that's pretty interesting because you said that even because like basically the customer wants one product, right? They want a design on one product. Most of the time, it can kind of fall into another product, right? So, like,
Yeah,
let's say like you're doing like gym, right? The gym, right? You have like a let's say the gym owner wants a koozie or something like that, right? Then they want a water bottle, then they want a tank top, right? And then it just goes on and like, yeah, I can offer all those products. I print all those products, right? So it
well, the
just,
goal, yeah, that's the goal, right? Never say no. So when
yeah,
they ask you, can you do this? Yes, give me a few days to sort it out and let me see what I can get you for a price. Never say no. Always say yes immediately. That way you've got kind of like the hook in there and then you can figure it out. I mean, there's always a way to figure it out. And if for some reason you can't, then unfortunately you have to go back to them and tell them you can't. But
mhm,
never say no right away.
yeah,
Always say yes and try to look for it, right?
yeah, yeah. No, so yeah, Teresa did say koozies at the beginning. Jake says KDP is my focus right now, so that would be awesome. Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm not on KDP, so I really can't speak to a whole hell of a lot that way. But like the basics on niche focus and stuff like that. But KDP isn't. I mean, it's a static product, right? So you're just
Mhm.
not. You can add more products to a shop or anything like that.
Also, too, I know a few people that just like do local merch, right? And for example, like a local product for the local business, they have a shirt, right? And then not only that, they created a book for them to like a little keep notes or take notes or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's available in their local business. So it's KDP is another product, right? It's a book, right? You can create a book for your local business or whatever it is. I'm thinking like let's say you do construction, right? And you make a banner for, we're just adding products, right? So banner, then you can create a book for like on-site construction, right? Like for like notes or whatever inventory or whatever it is. You can add it to their collection. Like, yeah, it's right here. It's available. You guys can purchase this too as well, and just keep notes on. It's another product to add, right? So
Yeah, well, even in that respect, right, between the merch and KDP, if you're hands off and you're not, using a fulfillment company or anything like that, um, I don't know if merch will allow it, but they won't ding you for it. But you could probably drop the link. Looking for a matching shirt, add it to your KDP listing, right? You're looking for a notebook or matching book or whatever, add it to your shirt listing, right, in the bullets or whatever.
yeah,
So there's ways to like drive traffic to your own stuff. I doubt very much they would have any issue with it because you're encouraging more sales and they make more money if we make more money.
yeah,
But I think there's ways around that even if it's not your own shop.
yep,
That and then build a following on Facebook for sure is the easy free one. Build a
yeah,
following and keep dropping stuff in there.
yep, yep.
Um,
Horoscope. It's an all year. It's an all year round product, and then you can mix. What do you what I don't know. I'm not even sure how you would
I
attack
think
that.
he's looking at niches as opposed to actual products.
Oh, okay.
Uh, so we're looking for ideas of products
Yeah. I know,
today.
but I think that's a solid one too, though, right? Like
In terms of a niche,
people,
you'll never go out of business if you deal with the horoscope, astrological stuff, all that stuff, right? Like,
because you're touching a emotion, right?
well, yeah, and everybody every month there's how many millions of people that have
Mhm.
birthdays or follow their astrological thing, right? Like that's a
I,
whole new.
yeah. No, I think it's pretty interesting because you're touching an emotion and you're like, and then sometimes you read them. You ever read your horoscope? Sometimes.
I used to back in the day, back when like newspapers were a thing. I used to do crossword puzzles all the time too. But I'm it sucks because I'm allergic to the ink in a newspaper, so I'll sit there for 3 4 minutes, even looking through flyers and stuff. I used to love doing that, but then I have to take an allergy pill first. I just start getting sneezy, right?
Yeah.
Sniffly. I'm allergic to the smell of that ink. I don't know what it is, but no, I haven't read my horoscope in a long time. Unfortunately, with the COVID, I've been ordering a lot more Chinese, so I'm reading fortune cookies.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
dude, I love Chinese
sitting
food.
over here getting fat reading fortune cookies.
Yeah, I do. I love Chinese food. It's like one of my favorite things to eat. We made it. We made like some Chinese food last night for dinner. So bomb. I had to like cut myself off because then I'll be waking up all. um. So I think that we also too with the horoscope. Like I think they're kind of weird because you're like they relate to you. Like you read it sometimes, you're like, all right, dude, like this makes too much sense. Like I'm just cutting this off. This is
Some of it is like, well, even the horoscope or the fortune cookie, some of it is just like too accurate, and some of it is like bullshit, right? Like just way
yeah,
over.
yeah, yeah.
Some of it is super generic enough to. maybe click. But
Yeah.
yeah, roughed up is something he's working on. That's good. Health and fitness, like leggings, water bottles, tank tops. Yeah, so leggings is another good one. I would, based on Dion's suggestion, she would have. I don't know currently what the turnaround time's like, but she's always said that the premium leggings in Printful were always solid,
Hmm.
and the turnaround times were generally shorter than the t-shirts.
Yeah.
However, definitely check any of the processing times and turnaround times before you go full in.
I remember her talking about that in the Etsy challenge, right? Her the leggings, the print on the leggings were like one of the best, um, like things from Printful that she ever got. So she had to say nothing bad about at all about that. She was just like it was just good quality, good print, and then she actually showed them too, right, during one of the lives. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, the hard part now is finding a reliable POD company that has all the unique items that you'd want to put up and like with a respectable
Yeah.
turnaround time, right?
I think that's interesting too, Jay, because it's a challenge in itself, right? And it's like what's up when it comes to building relationships with people. Like you're pretty good at that, right? You're very you're not on no one's side unless you really have to. And when it comes to that, it kind of when you go into building a relationship, people see that of you, right?
Yeah, I
So,
mean, I have my principles that I won't violate. You know what I
yep.
mean? Like
You
that
have
you
your standards, and I see that too. I see that a lot. So let me compliment you for a little bit. So you do the same thing aspect when it comes to meeting someone for the first time too, as well. So you can see that when you go, for example, building relationships with print providers. That's so much easy for you to do, right? Because you know already, right? You know your boundaries. You know the respect, the respect part right there too, as well, plays a big part. And then you have something to offer to the table as well, and they're like, yeah, why wouldn't I work with you? It's a win-win situation. So
appreciate the compliment, big guy.
yeah, no, but then also too, this is for you watching on the other end of the computer monitor or the cell phone, the iPhone, the Android, the iPad. And am I missing anything else? You got to think about that. There's an opportunity right there, and if it makes sense for you to invest in your own printer to get shipping times out on time,
Mm.
that's something to think about. Okay, only if it makes sense. Because if it's because I know a few people that are like, "Nah, I'm not going to do this because it's going to take up so much of my time." Right? You're going to literally be working 8 to 10 hours a day because you're crushing it over on Etsy, Amazon, whatever.
I mean, if you're printing your shirts right now, you could be making like doing your own with even a heat transfer vinyl and a press at home. You can get set up for as little as $400, $300, maybe even 200. And you can be making, you know, $20, 15 to $20 profit per shirt every
Hmm.
shirt. Then it just comes with the logistics of like actually having to buy inventory and that sort of thing. But you can only offer one color if you want to start off. One color shirt, one color print, white print on a black shirt or something is probably never going to go out of style, depending on your niche, of course. But yeah, I mean, you can get into it for a little bit less, and then some of the commercial accounts, like when you not commercial, but the wholesaler business accounts, you can open with providers like for that sell the shirt blanks. They have, 24-hour turnaround. So a lot of them, if you order by 4 p.m. today, it'll be delivered by 11 a.m. or noon tomorrow. So you don't even have to hold inventory. If you sell 30 things across like four different SKUs or four different shirt types, you can just order those
Yeah,
um, at the end of every day before 4 o'clock, and it'll be on your doorstep by noon the next day. Alpha Broder is good for that. Technosport is good for that. Sanmar is good for that. They're all like next day turnaround, so you can really start up at very low cost, right?
yeah, dude, that's interesting too because it's like with like some of these like platforms, like for example Etsy, right? You get payouts every single day or every week or whatever it is. So there's like there's a you can at scale, right? You think about it, right? When you let's say you come to the table, this is the power of 2020, right? You come to, I know 2020 is a horrible year, but come into the table and you just have no money, no nothing, and you're like you don't know what to do, and then all of a sudden you start making $1,000 a week, right? And then you start making 2,000 bucks a month, right? And then you start making 4,000, 5,000 a month, and then next thing you know, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna buy this little printer, and I'm gonna start off this way. And next thing you know, you're crushing it, and that's a cool thing too as well because a lot of people they like to keep this like a secret, right? And they don't like to talk about it too much. But it's like anybody can do it, right? You just gotta want to do it, right? and there's no like no hidden secrets and all that stuff. We just got to get to work. So let's continue down.
Yeah.
Um,
Teresa says garden flags. So yeah, I mean, if you're talking about the like the regular square flags, that those you can get printed really cheap. I don't know any places in the states that particularly do them, but you can order, I don't know, like 10 or 15, as long as you designed them yourself. It's Etsy friendly, right? And yeah, you can just order 10 or 15 and put them up for sale, and then make some. I think you can get them down to like $3 a pop for a good sized flag. You can sell them all day for 10, 12 bucks plus shipping. Smart. And then there's also the ones on the poles that go up. You can also order those from a site and have them kind of drop ship too in about a week or so.
yeah, the big things right now is like the elections coming up, right? Right, isn't it? I don't know. You probably know about it more than me, and you're Canadian, and
Well,
I
you
just
guys, I think it's November is your thing, so people are starting to hammer down now, right?
yeah, so that's something to think about, right? When I go and I drive and I see people with flags in the front yard or even signs, right? Like even going back to signs, right? The people are doing this type of stuff and trying to let it be known who they're voting for, right? So who they support. And then also too, I was thinking about it too. Just a lot of these local businesses right now, I can see they have like I don't want to like they have like shitty signs up, like about entering with masks on, and they're horrible signs. So there's a gray area right there for you guys too as well. Like if you reach out to a local business, right, and you say you create a sign, and this
Yeah.
is like the banner sign, create a little sign that you put in the front window and reach out to them like, hey, I have a sign. I'll make this for you. And like literally, like I moved from the smaller city to the big city, and I see a lot of this stuff, and I pay attention to a lot of this stuff too, Jay. So, and I'm just like, dude, this thing looks like it's been in the rain, and it's like falling apart. The ink is like kind of like it's all smearing on the page. So I'm just like, there's an opportunity for you to create some signs, and if you want to go out there, right, and build that relationship with them, like, hey, I got this cool sign. It's like $10. Here you go. Put this in the front of the window, kind of.
Yeah, they like these companies that I've used for the banners and stuff, they'll print on like a coroplast. It's like a little more plasticky, rigid cardboard, and
Uh-huh.
it's professionally printed. You can do it on an A-frame, like the metal things that are outside a shop on the sidewalk kind of thing,
Yep.
or you can have like a flat piece you can lean in the window, or grommets that you can hang, but it'd be like a more solid board. Lots of options, and they're cheap. The costs are cheap, and you can sell them with a pretty hefty markup.
Yep. So this is actually pretty cool because we're turning into like a Q&A, but also to
I'm good
giving
with
you
that.
yeah, huh?
Yeah, I'm good
Yeah,
with the Q&A, man. It's good. It keeps it going, right? Like,
yeah, but we're kind of giving them ideas about the product and like how you would use it and stuff like that. And it's good. This is good right here.
yeah, I mean,
Jessica.
you beat research to death. I think sometimes I feel like, right. So it's good. I mean, you can never research enough, but this is good. I like this kind of format right now.
This is so true. I have a customer ask for me for certain sizes or types. I just added to my catalog. That's like they're like doing the work for you, right? In a way.
Bingo. Yeah,
And that's it. Like literally, I know that when it comes to like a lot of the stuff, Jay, you don't want to feel like you're working, right? I know that you're kind of big on that too. You want to feel like you're working and doing like over the top stuff, and then you do that type of stuff. You feel it right inside you. You're like, dude, I'm getting kind of anxiety. I feel like I'm working again, like I have a job. So you're like, nah, I can't do this. Like, I'm gonna take a step back. I'll be back tomorrow, right? And that's the benefit. That's the benefit of making it, like creating it and making it happen too, as well, right?
yeah.
And
I mean, there's no better feeling too than either helping people grow their businesses, or
Mhm.
on the flip side, filling that hole for the customer. Like when they ask you for a certain size or a certain product, like, yes, I can do that. You've made their day now, right? Because
Mhm.
they're looking everywhere, can't find it, or no one's taken the time to go look how to fill that whole gap for them, the product gap. And if you can deliver, man, you're gonna have a customer for life. They'll come back and they'll order again and again and again. So,
Yeah,
and
that's
really,
what.
all it took you was like what, half an hour of googling. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah.
no, that's it. That's part of a building a relationship too, right? And you build a relationship with the customer, and you're like, cool, here it is. And then the next thing you know it, they're gonna come back for some more, more and more and more and more. Jake, are you selling the banners on your own website or like Etsy?
So I've done both. I tend to. I have banners available on Etsy, but I removed the listing when COVID hit because they were the turnaround times were kind of in the crapper. So I just drop those. But I'll explore that again. I think in the next month or so, because up here everything's opening up again. So I'm in Canada, if you didn't know, but a lot of stuff in Ontario is opening up. A lot of businesses are back at it. So I'll be definitely looking at that in the next month or two, gearing up for Q4 because Christmas parties are a big one, right? Office Christmas parties, like even from banners to backdrops, people just want
Mhm.
stuff, right? So
Yeah.
people buy everything.
Also,
But
too, just like if you guys didn't know, like July seems to be like the slowest month for me, like when it comes to online sales. But I'm not sure for you, Jay. But I know that I just think that over it's a perfect time right now because it's like it's crazy. I don't know. It's just going crazy. I don't know. It's going crazy, but then you kind of reevaluate yourself and like some people. I know I see like some businesses out there that because all the stuff that has happened, like they're gone. It sucks. Like they're not there. Like you can tell like they weren't ready for none of this stuff and they were like just their new journey, right? And they barely started a business and boom, it wipes them out. And then you have these people that are going with the flow, working with the flow, and they're selling on Etsy. They know that they can make their own banner, make their own website, right? And they're getting business like that. But then there's some people just
yeah,
all right. So where are we at? Wow, dude, I just lost the market. Dang it. Okay, here we go. I got it now. Val say, yep, start early. Okay. All right, there we go. Here's a good one. Best advice for tier 500 on merch. So merch by Amazon. Should I try to upload 500 t-shirt designs or spread across all products?
I know what I would do. I would put 500 unique designs on, or maybe 250 unique designs, and like on a men and ladies tee, right?
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
what I would. Standard t-shirts.
Yeah, so standard t-shirts are on my account, personal account, are my best sellers. And right now, like it all like what I like to do when people when they have their account and it's still fresh, I like to tell people to like don't focus on the profit right away and just worry about having more sales than the tier number you're at. So, for example, you're at 500 tier, you should have like 1,000, right? So you don't run into any issues of being pushed back because you have a certain amount of designs. But then Jay, I'm pretty sure he has a different perspective on this, right? So it's more then it comes to more of the quality of the designs, right? And knowing like your target audience because you can have
Yeah, like, I don't. So, for example, I have 2,600 listings. I'm in T4. I have to re-enable this pretty merch thing, but oh, let's see here. Refresh. So, 2,610 products live out of 4,000. My buyable, I don't know how much truth there is in any of that, but my buyable is 691. With 20, and I up until the shutdown, I literally in the last 2 months before that, I added 600. So I only had 22 products up for like the longest time. I've got all time 15,528 sales. So I guess that makes me qualified for what, like tier 20K or something.
mm-hmm. Yep.
I'd have to upload like 15,000 or whatever, 12,000 shirts to qualify for that. So for me, it's not about tiering up. You don't need to tier up. You just need to know your niche and put up quality stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, I mean that's my take on that is like quality over quantity for sure. It's I mean it's fruitless to throw up all your crappy or half-assed designs just to get to the tier up. The tier up doesn't mean anything if you're not making sales, right? And it's so much work to upload all this extra stuff or design all this stuff that isn't going to sell anyway. Like, what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
Research your niche, know your customer, know who you're targeting, and then know that when you're done this piece, you know it's going to sell. It's just a matter of getting eyes on it, or however you do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's my
I mean, like it's just and in some way I do agree with Jay in a way because like I don't know I just always like to test myself and just kind of put stuff up,
yep.
right? But like isn't like then you start realizing is the design good? Like does it make sense? Like you have to break it, right? I'm a big fan of
Yeah, it
breaking
doesn't
it.
have to be like a super like a Picasso or some shit, right? It just
Yeah,
has to resonate with the target audience,
yeah,
even if
exactly.
it's a word in a regular font. It doesn't matter, but it has to be the right word,
Yeah,
right?
yep. Yeah, no, for sure. And you see that too as well. Like you can see like simple designs, they crush it, right? The most simplest designs you can possibly think of. And you're like, dude, then this design's crushing it. I could have thought about that. All right. Or even if you get to the next level where you create illustrations, right? This is like, if you can't do it, you got to reach out to someone, right? Or outsource it. Um, you can create a unique illustration, and illustrations sell really well, right? If you do it correctly, right? If you understand what's going on, like for example, you say you understand what's going on in the culture, right? And you can create the best illustration, the best drawing, and then it relates to someone, and you know what I mean. It's gonna go crazy because
Yeah.
yeah,
Even
go ahead.
the easiest way still though, I think would just be figuring out a few of these apps. Like I know, I remember the Balcazars back in the day. Like John was always just doing Canva or GIMP or something, like
Yeah,
one of those things on the phone, right? And he was just throwing up stuff, like making his own. So there's like free, cheap, or free or and extremely easy ways to put up some, limited text-based stuff, right? And it's just a matter at that point of making sure that you tag it right within the titles and stuff, so that you're targeting the correct market.
you can
Uh,
use the one that, so I made a few designs on the Over app, right?
there you
And
go. Or maybe that was it too. Yeah, super simple, right?
yeah, and it's super simple. And I just like told him this is cool because I told my illustrator, I was like, you know what? Send me the illustration. I'm gonna make my own designs with that, my own sayings with the illustration, right? I made like 5 designs, 6 designs real fast. And then I was like, cool. This funny saying will go really well with this niche. And then boom, sent them over to the computer, uploaded them with good keywords, and they sold. And I was like, damn, okay, that's it. Okay. And we need to put this in overdrive now. The cool thing too about that, it's like it's all in the app, it's user friendly. And then it gives you, I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but like it gives you like the trending topics. Like this month is Pride Month. Um, like there's a lot of good stuff in here. You can do like a Pinterest post from here, logo, all kinds of stuff, banner ad, business cards, Facebook cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot you can do in that app. Over app, guys.
Yeah, which is great for your branding when you have a Facebook page to draw traffic or drive traffic to your listings, right? Like it's all, I get, looks like you can do it all with that app, so it's great. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Kath, I mean, that's the best advice is for me. If you, I mean, you can go to one of two ways that I would suggest is 500 unique designs on standard T-shirts. But if you, yeah, I guess you can do that, right? Because you can have, oh no, it's different products. So if you have men and ladies, that counts as 2 uploads. So I would do 250 across unique designs across men and ladies. That'd be
And it
good.
just and then focus on the standard t-shirts, right? And then when you have a top selling design, it's selling consistently, then you can add it to other products. But it if you don't have the like the only time you upload to all products is like when you're getting closer to Q4 and you have nothing like no other designs. You're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna upload to all these other products,
Yeah.
right?
Another thing too to keep in mind though is like it depends on the niche and the nature of the design, because like some designs are gonna are probably only gonna sell on tank tops and that sort of thing. So when I say like standard T-shirt or men and ladies, it's largely because that's the majority of what sells. But like you could
Yeah.
have, you're if you have like some, I don't know, I'm freezing sweater or whatever, winter themed sweater, you're probably going to want that on the crew neck sweatshirt or hoodie, right? So, but I would focus largely on finding that niche and then seeing what products are conducive to that. But I would get
Mhm.
as many unique designs. I would leverage as many the slots with as
Mhm.
many new designs as you can, but make them good, because 500 pieces of crap aren't going to make you money either.
Yeah, what it's true. That's true. What is your what about like this? Like, so for example, you have a top selling design. What's your royalty on a you have any pullover hoodies on your account?
I do, yeah. My royalties on hoodies are between $8 and $12.
So Kath, so like for example, like that right there, right? You have a good design. Now you're uploading it to a pullover hoodie, and dude, they sell like 10 to 12, 8 to 12, $10. Like I'm selling one right, like consistently, right? And at one point, right, it's not selling right now, but at one point it was selling at $10 royalty
Yeah,
per hoodie. Imagine you need 10, right? And you make $100 in a day because it's a higher like a higher selling.
especially come Q4, right? Literally everything sells, and people just open their wallets. They don't care. They worry about it in January, get their credit card bill, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
No. Okay. Roughed up designs.
Nerf
Uh,
is hot niche right now, and have always been. So mixing a horoscope sign with a positive characteristic of that zodiac sign is a winning evergreen model. Yeah, sure, of course. And it's a little more specific. It's a little more niche down that way. So you're it's not just nurses and it's not just that sign. You're doing both. So it seems like a more like there was more thought process for the giftee to the gift, or the gifter to the giftee, right? So
Mhm.
you as buying that gift for somebody else, like it's perfect for gifts that way because now you know that you're buying the perfect birthday gift or whatever, appreciation kind of gift
Yeah.
a person because you've taken the time to align those two, and then the giftee, the recipient, just feels like you took that minute to think about them, right? So
Yep.
it's all about
All right.
that emotional connection. So
Next one, please focus on KDP. If you have any questions, please, you're more than welcome to ask them.
mhm.
But yeah, please ask them. If you have a question about KDP that you want to ask, um, yeah, please ask it. Also, too, KDP is like a whole different ball game, right? There's a lot more work involved right here. So with KDP, if you have a question, go please ask it. Uh, Kath, finding evergreen niches for merch. Want to do a quick? I'm gonna do a quick little screenshot real fast. Show you
Yeah, and I think RJ and I have two different approaches to that. So it's a good follow up question to your last
something. Here, let me share my screen real fast so I can show you uh some information. Make sure that's popped up. So I came over here to merchresearch.com. You're gonna come over here. Okay. And then you're gonna come over here. So it's in US, right? You can do it in whatever market. So like say for example, like UK. We'll do US. And then we'll pick a product, right? So whatever product that you're focusing on, which would be let's say standard t-shirts. All right. And then what you're gonna do is either you can put your niche right in right here, or you just press search. And then what you want to do is gonna go over here to newest arrival. And I don't think do I have my thing plugged up in here? Yes, I do. All right, you're gonna see some of the new arrival shirts in here. Usually, so what you're gonna do is you want to come in here and find a niche, right? That's like more of like an evergreen niche. So let's eat trash. Get hit by a car. It's very kind of vulgar. It's kind of mean. I wouldn't
yeah,
just here to bang. They can see. Okay.
fireworks,
And
4th of July makes sense, right?
yeah. So what your goal is to kind of see something new that's been uploaded, right? By like the date and kind of see, okay, what's selling right now in this niche. So for example, let's use this one. For example, let's say this one was uploaded June
Really,
2nd.
to be clear, the only reason we were skipping over the I can't breathe and any of the police brutality stuff is basically because with merch it's against the terms of service to do and to profit off of anything that's human tragedy, and I think it's just in bad taste, right?
Yeah, like
Unless you're going to be donating all 100% of your profits to causes or whatever. But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, so date first available June 2nd. You can see this is a newer one, and then you can see that it's making sales already, right? So this is a niche that seems to so Independence Day, 4th of July. You can see that this is a niche that's coming up. You get the idea behind that. There's obviously the demand. It's obviously made a sell, and then you can also click into the listing and like use other tools to see if it's been consistently selling, how many times it's sold within this month, and then to start going for that. And that's one way you can actually find like a little a gap in the market and dive in and yeah, just figure out what funny sayings are doing well over there and stuff like that, and see how you can put your own flip on it and make your own design. Don't copy people's designs. I know a lot of people, oh yeah, look at this one's doing really well. I can't breathe. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this whole design and upload it and get my account banned. Like,
yeah.
no, don't do that. Okay. Don't do that because you can get your account banned and it's not a good look. And you copying other people's designs is not a good thing. And also, too, you got to think about. So, for example, if you're doing anything like that, right, you got to think about, is it okay for Amazon? Like, do you think it's okay for you to put the design like human tragedy stuff like that? If I have to think about it, right, and I feel like it's in the gray area, I won't design it because my
Yeah.
account's worth more than that, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, and so my kind of idea or way of finding evergreen niches for merch or for anywhere or particular platform in general is much more organic. So I would look at yourself. What are you into? Do you have any hobbies or interests or things like that? And the reason I say that is if you're, I'm gonna assume that if you're looking for an evergreen niche, it's because you're you haven't um, you don't have the experience or whatever, the long-term experience into find how to go about finding new stuff. So in the beginning kind of thing, I would look at like what are your interests are, because if there's anything that you know a little bit more than somebody else, then the people who are passionate about that are gonna, it's whatever you come up with will resonate, right? So like for me, I'm into fishing, for example. Um, so there's like some certain lingo that fisher people, men and women, say to each other while they're out there, or some little nuances that you're gonna know. So you can go hang out in Facebook groups with those groups and watch what's going on in there. What are the memes that are getting all the love? What are the all the stuff like that that are getting all the engagement in those Facebook groups. So plus, if it's something you're actually into, you're gonna it won't feel like work because you're kind of in there, you're laughing, you're having a good
Yeah.
time taking part, right? And then you're gonna just have all these ideas. Once the whole idea of that clicks, you're just gonna be like, you know, bells going off in your head, like bang, there's a t-shirt idea, bang, there's a mug idea, bang, there's a great coffee mug or something like that, right? Or a water bottle for the boat or whatever it is. So that's kind of like for me, it's just exploring like hobbies and interests that are year-round things, or at least seasonal. But like um, so for fishing, it's largely in Canada when there's no when it's not winter, but ice fishing is still a thing, right? So there's always transitions, and then even like if somebody's fishing bass all summer, it still makes for a great Christmas gift for them, right?
Yeah.
So it's those to me are still evergreen. Even seasonal stuff is still evergreen. Um,
And
but yeah,
easier for you to do, right? Like it's
yeah,
stuff
if it's
that you.
something you know and you feel good about and you enjoy, right?
Yep.
Becomes easier. It's less work. It's less robotic for me, as opposed to looking at some of the things like the way RJ would do it, like looking at based on what's selling and this and that.
Yeah.
I, for me, like I don't even worry about saturation for example, that way, right? Like,
Yeah.
the goal is to get a new idea and bring that to that niche,
Yeah.
or get, and it becomes a lot easier to find those new ideas or fill those holes if there's nothing made for that. It's let's say there's nothing made for children in that niche and you think it's something great, like that's all it is, right? It's not. So to me, saturation has never been an issue. I hate when people say it's all saturated. No, it's just you don't want to put in the work to do the research, right?
No, no, for sure. I think also, yeah, it's just there's always room, right?
Hmm.
It's
There's always
crazy, and it's crazy too because there'd be like 10,000 designs, and then you put a few designs, and then they end up making sales. It's like, dude,
boom, yeah.
yeah. So, okay. Also, too, I see you guys have some questions down there. We're getting to them.
Yeah,
There's people ahead of you guys, so
he's
we're
off
just
a little quicker, I guess, because we're already at
yeah,
45.
let's knock these out as fast as
Right.
possible. Where we at right here? After just pass.
Hitchum Zaza, yeah. What's the best advice for someone broke just starting to learn POD? What do you think, RJ?
Um, you you have to do a, like a you have to do like you have to be doing something, right? You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna come on POD and make some money. You have to leverage one thing. Like, say if you have a job, you have to leverage your job to you have to leverage your job so you can learn POD, right? And then you can just, as you learning POD and getting better at it, then you take like then you start making money, because you can make money without no money on print on demand, but you just have to understand it, right? And then keep leveraging your job until you can start to make more and more and more and more money, right? With POD. But the goal is to leverage one thing that brings you a source of income. I'm not saying to like just give up on everything and just do straight POD. Don't do it. Don't do that, because then you're gonna put yourself like in the hole. Um, but leverage one thing so you can focus on another, right? Because this is you're doing print on demand because it's like a hobby. It's fun. Like you enjoy making designs, or you enjoy selling stuff to someone, or you deserve like work. I mean, you enjoy like working in like certain niches and stuff like that. It turns it's a hobby to you, right? And yeah,
Yeah, I think largely what POD is, you can, is the hurdle of cost is one thing that's out the window, right?
hmm
Because Etsy, it costs you 20 cents to list a listing. You sell it once and you make money. You're
Mhm.
ahead of the game. But otherwise, merch and KDP are absolutely free to upload to. Redbubble, TeePublic, Zazzle, all those things. And then we've already kind of covered some of the apps and stuff mentioned that are free to use to design that you can make
Mhm.
files for. So broke and just starting. So the tools are available, the platforms are available. What I would do for worse, what the most worthwhile is spend the time to learn whatever niche you want to target and who your target market it is.
Mhm.
Because if you go in half-assed and upload 500 things and you're not even sure who you're targeting, then don't be surprised when you're still making zero money and you're still
Mhm.
broke, right?
And then I can see a lot of people doing this is just like I said again, don't copy people's designs.
Yeah,
That's
no,
like that's one way to not do it at all because they'll track that, they know that, and they'll see it that you copied this design and then
yeah,
you
no
get
shit,
reported.
yeah,
Yeah. So Ganti, I just transitioned from my iPhone listening to desktop or my
yeah.
iPhone listening to
Hey,
desktop.
always great to have you. He's always great.
Ganti. Yeah, no. Ganti's always asking the good questions. Good job, Ganti. What's up, man? I'm thinking of doing digital downloads, William.
That's
If it makes sense. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's another great one. If you're broke, if you have the means to learn how to design something, just might need to know a little bit more of what file types to save and stuff like that. But
Mm.
digital downloads, man, once it's up there, it's there's literally it's fairly automated after
Yeah.
that. Right? So
There's no work involved because once you start ranking with the SEO and stuff like that, the work's up front, right? And then long term, it just stays up there, right?
mhm.
So let's just try to let's see.
Roughed up.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna hit more of the questions, get some of these questions and the ones that are asking questions. What's important design or research because I'm wondering if I learn design first, I have a basic or just to start on Etsy. Research, I want to say, I'm going to hit this. I see research is the most important,
Yeah.
right? At the
Really good
beginning.
design for if you don't know what you're designing for, right?
Yeah. And then research is, I mean, design's next. Uh, Jay's, when it comes to design, he has a good feel for that. When it comes to research, I'm pretty good too. Jay's pretty good at research too. So this is why Jay's on the
Comes
other
with
side over there.
practice, right?
You're good all around. Huh?
I appreciate you saying that, but I mean, it didn't come overnight, right? I've been at this game for like 2012, 2013. So the online t-shirt designing and selling, and I've been a graphic designer since like 2001, 2002. So, but research is number one. You got to do, even when it come down to when I was starting as a graphic designer doing logos for businesses, you got to research the competition, what's out there, what color trends matter for that niche, that type of business.
Mhm.
There's a reason why the Subway logo is yellow and green, right? Because one invokes hunger and one makes you want to spend money, and when blue colors for doctors, dentists, like color theory is a real thing. Blue colors usually invokes a feeling of security and you feel safe, right? That's why you have, you know, and red evokes a little bit of a trigger pulling emotion. So you want to like you'll be quicker to it's a passion. So you're going to be quicker to spend that money, pull the trigger on that checkout, on that cart checkout, right? So
Mhm.
understanding design and research go hand in hand. Figure out who you're designing for, and then figure out how to design for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's good stuff here.
There's Ganti. I'm not sure about horoscopes and stuff. There's Ganti asking a question about the whole population is separated by 12 zodiac signs. How accurate can that be? A lot of us are reading it.
I agree, Ganti. There's more than 12 personality traits, right? Billions of people on the planet. How accurate can that be? Probably not very. I mean, but if you break it down to like 12, then let's say there's a million people or 12, 1.2 million, and you got 100,000 in each zodiac. Probably 80,000 of that 100,000 are going to resonate with that zodiac horoscope or whatever you call it. But
Yeah.
if it's generic enough, right, people identify. So yeah.
How much does a decent DTG printer cost?
So a printer, I mean, you can get into the game for like 2, 3 thousand. I wouldn't spend any less than 5 or 6 if you're thinking any type of volume. But you can always go up from there. You can start small and go up. But like the Brother GTX, I think is like 22, 23,000 Canadian. So probably like 18, 18,000, but that's like a high output, so you won't need one of those, but it does do like high print quality and print fast. But you can get into the game for like for three to 5,000. You can get into it, but there's a lot of things that come with that, right? Because you need climate control, you need to make sure the print heads don't dry out, you need, maintenance and stuff. And when you get into the upper echelon of those printers, like the Brother or whatever, the GTX, that sort of thing, they and the Epsons, they have it's a one-touch self-cleaning thing. So instead of like 15 minutes, 20 minutes at the end of every day or every few hours, if you're not printing consistently, it's just a touch of a button. It's like a 90-second or 2-minute clean itself thing. So you can. It's come a long way. I mean, you used to have to spend 10 grand just to get into the game, and now you can get into it for a lot less. But
Yep.
yeah,
Okay.
so
Okay.
just
Yep. Mario, happy Friday Eve, y'all. Rudy said, "Is this live?" Yes, it is. Uh, Val has a question for Jessica in there. Kind of spin it up. If I miss your question, and
yeah.
Jay, hopefully catch it. How do you send messages to panelists?
What?
I'm going down. I'm at 12:28 a.m. I'm catching up, guys. Can we do another Etsy challenge, Jay?
Yes, yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
I think in August, September, because we did October last year, right? So it
Uh-huh.
was a massive success. I'm just gonna answer the Etsy challenge one. I think it's the logistics are lining up. D, RJ, and I for a good 30 days. We'll have to figure something out. Might try to do a 21 day because 30 days was a lot, and you guys were
Mhm.
awesome. Everybody was in it. It was amazing, but I mean, it's demanding. It's grueling, right? It was a lot of work for us. It was a lot of work for you guys, and it was a great success because we see the numbers of people selling even on week 2 and week 3. But I think like maybe we can look at a August or September or something, right?
Yeah.
Before when October hit and ended, we had November and it was like full throttle. So it was great to see numbers skyrocket, but at the same
Yeah.
time, a little breathing room would be good there. But we're looking at something.
Yeah, I think it's also too. It just this is the thing. It was really successful, right? And we had a lot of successful people. And
Yeah.
I'm not even also too. I'm a little blunt right here. I'm not even saying that to make people sign up for it and be excited for it because I don't give a damn. But the part is the thing that I do give a damn about. People were successful, right? And they actually took something away from it, and that's the most important thing, because I'm not going to sell you something and then you end up buying it and then I'm like, all right, cool. See you guys later. See you guys next one.
No,
So,
no, it was a hand holding 30 days. And it was crazy.
mhm,
But people were like, this. All I wanted was to make a couple extra $100 a month so that I could pay for my husband's meds and stuff. And it was like things like that, like putting a little bit more money on the table for you, and just following along with us for an
yeah,
hour every morning, and then being present for your question and answers after.
yeah.
Uh, it's a beautiful thing when you can help people help themselves, right? It's
Mhm.
just like everybody in there was taking action and they were putting the work in, which is so rewarding for everybody, I think. So
And it was life changing for some of the people that are actually doing it, like
some
making it a
were
full time
some were
income.
doing like crazy
Mhm.
numbers, man. Yeah.
Can I apply again for merch with the same account? I'm not sure if you got your account suspended or if you just got declined um, the first time. I'm not sure. So I really it's merch is a little weird when it comes to this type of stuff, right? I know that people that are out there, I'm gonna say this, people that are out there like selling accounts, they're signing up with so many different emails and creating like so many different Payoneer accounts, right? And you're seeing people from like overseas, for example, right? And some people are doing it the wrong way, right? And there's no if you, let's say you buy a merch account, right, and you're using someone else's because it's out there, right? So let's talk about it a little bit. But I think that if you buy someone else's merch account, right, it's kind of putting that risk out there, right? They can shut you down at any time
Well,
without
sit
any.
down and keep all the royalties, right? You get nothing, and then
So
you're kicked right off anyway. So I don't know.
some
You can
people
apply
pay.
different emails or whatever, but yeah, I don't. Good luck to you, I guess. I don't know really
Yeah.
what else to say on that. I mean,
Okay.
anybody can apply.
Yeah. Question.
I don't know. But yeah,
So when you create a Redbubble listing, what do you click on? Photography, design, and illustration, painting. What to? Rudy, I'm not sure exactly what you mean when you click on a available list. What do you click on? Photography, design, illustration, and painting. Yeah, I think you're asking about like what products you put them on. You got to ask yourself that. You got to do the research. Made a few videos on that too, and I explain about this topic right here. Okay, when you put a design on a product,
Mhm.
you want to make sure that it looks good on that product because sometimes a shirt design doesn't look good on a canvas art, right? Right? It doesn't make no sense. Or
Huh.
canvas, whatever. It doesn't make no sense. So you have to make sure you understand what you're designing for. Okay, there's no like secret or nothing around this. You have to understand the design. Okay, what's the customer want? Um, okay, that's what I use. April, so that's what I use the over app. Okay, cool.
Her keywords are still pretty crappy. That'll come in time. Do some research. Research your competition, and then you'll see what keywords they're using. eRank is a good one, whether you're on Merch or Etsy. eRank is a great tool for finding out keywords that you wouldn't otherwise have noticed too, right?
Sure.
Even in those Facebook groups, man, you'll get some cool keywords that people keep throwing around, like some new trendy keyword for that niche. Um, yeah, it's eye opening, right?
Uh, Okay, where'd
Darren
you
underneath that. Oh wait,
I think William right there.
yeah, go ahead.
William, I'm an illustrator, so I'm looking into coloring books. What's been the best kind to do in your opinion? Um, Coloring books. So you got to. I think it's a different ballgame, right? When it comes to coloring books, you have to understand what's going on. Same thing with this market research, right? Um, you can literally type in color books and see the top selling ones. I think D and
We did
J.
a show
Yeah,
on that.
yeah, we
Uh,
did a show on that. So, you want to watch that one?
you can go
Oh,
back and see the
yeah.
previous ones, but yeah, I mean, traditionally, adult coloring books was an underserved niche, but now with kids being at home and homeschooled, I mean, parents just want them to stay busy so parents can have some, fun
Mhm.
or whatever, right? Just to gain some sanity. So I would look at potentially for kids now, but gear it to things, right? Like the kids'
Yep.
specific interests, like yeah. But
Yep. Um, what events to prepare for in August? I have
Q4,
Q4. Yeah,
yeah,
when you're gonna start ramping up, right? You're gonna start getting up. Yeah, it's exactly perfect. Because Q4 starts in September, technically, correct?
you want to be
Yeah.
September or no, sorry, October, November, December. Q4.
Okay.
You want
Okay.
to
So.
be 60 at least days out when you
Mhm.
start ramping up. I'd try to make it like 60, 90 days, but yeah, so September, like August, September for sure. You want to be throwing up. You want to have your niche research on lock and know exactly what you got, and then make that list of all the new shirts you want to do or designs or whatever products you're
Yeah.
putting on, and then yeah, man.
What is a good program user friendly to make workbooks with learning material for children?
Good question. I don't know.
Hmm.
User friendly to make workbooks. I would say KDP, right? Like a
Mhm.
platform. I don't know about. I mean,
I think.
the Affinity Publisher has less of a learning curve than
Yeah.
been experimenting with that. I know InDesign, but it's kind of more involved. Illustrator, you can do the same, but I think Dion was saying it was unbelievably how intuitive Affinity Publisher was. So
Mhm.
I would explore that. If you have any design background at all, um, then that sounds like it's a low learning curve
One
entry.
time fee too, right? One time fee. So that's pretty cool too.
Is yeah bonus, right?
Right,
That's
it's
great.
crazy. Yeah, no, I have the same thing what you just said, Jay. Just I haven't heard nothing bad about Affinity Publisher, and
Oh, yeah.
I haven't heard no one complain. Usually, when I hear people complaining, I usually cut them off, but I haven't heard no one complain. So
Well, what I do know now is that you guys have tested it too, right? Because people were asking about stuff like that. So you can open
yeah,
a PDF that you have from
any of your interiors, right?
and drag and drop it into Affinity
Mhm.
Publisher. It'll open it. It'll load correctly, not scrambly or anything. So I think that would probably be your best bet. But just be aware that a learning curve for creating books is
Yep.
significant compared to the static imagery in a shirt or product or whatever.
What is the best print on demand for selling mugs on Etsy?
So currently, what I know is that I don't know how far back Printful was, but I know Guten has always had good bang for buck
Hmm.
uh, What I will tell you is that Shirtley again is dropping mugs. I think probably August. So I mean, they got the
Yeah.
turnaround, they got the production, and they're crushing it. So I would argue them when that happens. But currently, I'm not entirely sure. I know Guten, I think, had good turnaround. I don't
Mhm.
know what the mug turnaround is for Printify, but I heard their mugs were good quality. But they also use different printers, right? So I don't know
Yeah.
the.
It's
Do you
all
have any?
about I heard like Printful's pretty good. I haven't ordered a mug from there at all, or have I?
Me
Maybe I
neither.
have. But they're I think they're pretty good when it comes to that. The turnaround times,
The only,
they might be pushed out a little bit, huh?
the only mugs that I know I've seen were Shirtley's because they used to carry mugs back in the day.
Yeah,
Uh, but now they're getting back into it, so I'm super stoked about that. So I
yeah.
know.
I want to test that. I want to, because I want to test the waters with that. I want to try something different and new, and I want to break it, see what happens. All
Break
right.
it.
So, what is your opinion on affiliate marketing? So, you better not break it for me. What's your opinion on affiliate marketing? Um, when it comes, okay, uh, Jay kind of met with a little bit of with like Shirtley, right?
Yeah,
Um, I've been messing with it with the the content as far as like YouTube and stuff like that. When it comes to affiliate marketing, if the product works, right? That's
yeah.
it.
I mean, I
You
wouldn't
can. Mhm.
bullshit that's gonna fuck people over. Quite
Yeah.
honestly, right? Like I've been using Shirtley. Those guys, like they had a duplex and they renovated the basement of it to buy their own printer at the time, and they bought one printer for $8,000, and they were printing in a basement of their apartment and living upstairs. Right? They've gone
Nice.
from a 40,000 square foot facility. They're moving their whole thing this summer to the US, right? So they're going to
Mhm.
be able to have 2 day shipping time. But the point here is that I've grown with them and I've seen them grow, and I trust them. I wouldn't. So for me as affiliate marketing that way, I would I would never sell bullshit to anybody. I would only do what I know works.
Yeah.
Let people know. I mean, no one's. I'm not forcing anybody to do that sort of thing. So my opinion on affiliate marketing, it can work. Don't be spammy. Don't be just be transparent, be honest, man. Like, you know, it's not all gravy everywhere, anywhere. There's no one be all end all
Yeah.
success, perfect company or anything, right? But
Yeah.
so
It's
yeah,
like
I don't,
it's a service. The service, if the service is really good, then don't make the content where you're if you make content around it, right? And that's what I like to do is make sure you're delivering on the content and make sure you got the correct information and stuff like that. And they do their part and you do your part, and that's it.
yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with it as long as you're honest.
Yep. Um,
Oh no,
a home now. Research cozies to sell on Etsy as print on our first place to research would be
for me,
uh
always the Google,
yeah.
and then Etsy. If then I would search more in depth on the platform you intend to sell on.
Yeah. Then you want to kind of figure out what the shipping times are looking like, where if there's a demand for the certain price point you want to put it at and stuff like that, right?
Hmm.
I'm not sure. Can I turn off the caption? I believe you can, right? There's some more little setting right there, like on Facebook, you can turn off the captions. Speaking of printers, do you have any suggestions or information on printing stickers?
In terms of a POD printer, I hear good things about Redbubble, but I don't sell stickers on there.
I think Printify, right? You have any such information on printing sticker? I think Printify has you can print
Yeah,
stickers.
if you're gonna sell in your Etsy shop or something like that, I've heard good things about Printify too, but I unfortunately don't sell stickers at the moment.
Yeah. What do you? I know there's a few machines. I think that maybe that's what Terry's talking about.
Yeah, talking about your own machines, there's
Yeah.
well, I know you like any you want to be able to die cut, right? So there's lots out there. Google will probably be your best friend. We're looking at a printer right now that my wife wants. It goes 24 wide that she wants to put for like furniture stenciling things. So it'll be the same kind of vein. You just have to buy you can do laser, but if you do inkjet, just be wary that water on it can make it bleed or whatever. So you're gonna want to either do a digital print on vinyl, but those printers can get pricey, like 5-6 grand. Um, but there's some out there around $1,000 marker that you can do print onto sticker paper.
Mhm.
That'll do the the trick. So if you want to do like indoor stickers for like planners and stuff like that, you can do that. Or you can also go to places like I was talking about where I'd order the banner from, or like the the industry printers that do like business cards and that sort of thing, and they'll print out rolls, like label rolls or whatever, with whatever design you upload. So um, until you get into the game and sell enough on your own, I would use a company to do that for you until you kind of see tangible products, and you can
Mhm.
do research that way, and then look up the printer. There's lots of forums and groups like that that will people will guide you, right? There's Facebook groups just geared to selling stickers. So they'll help you buy the entry level and then the next level and the tertiary level, whatever.
All right, guys, we're gonna also too. We're gonna go ahead and we're finishing up the last few questions, and we're gonna call it right there. We're
Yeah,
over
quick
hour
fire.
and 5 minutes. Okay. Deonti said thank you, and then Khalid said for sticker printing, you can buy a Canon for 250. Sticker paper $50, 100 per sheet.
There you
Okay.
go. Quick and easy.
Uh,
Uh,
okay.
what is that? Where we're at? Where?
No. He's saying just to do it. Gandhi's right here saying, please do another KDP challenge before an Etsy challenge. Something that's kind of we talked about already. But we gotta reevaluate and see where that stands in. We talked about it though, definitely for sure. Um,
Next one is Terry again. Will the Canon be
yeah.
stickers and waterproof stickers? Again, I'm not entirely familiar. It depends on um, what do you call it? What collateral it can print on. So what type of paper you can put through the machine. So this is where the Facebook groups geared to that will be your best bet, or the Google. Honestly, there's so many options. So that's the only hard part about picking one. Life changing for me, Jessica. That's awesome.
Sure. I'm changing. And I know there's a few questions in here. Gonti, I see it right there about Infinity Publisher versus Microsoft PowerPoint. Yeah, that's actually would be something really solid that we can make some content on for sure. I'm using color. Okay. And then also too, I see a few people in here asking questions about the research. There's tons of video, and we've created these videos in the past too about the research, and that's actually be a good topic, how to find niches to sell in Q4. I see it right here. This would actually be a good topic to get into in a future live that we all do together. But as of right now, there's so many videos that we've created around doing the research. There's so like evergreen niches do really well in Q4, right? And then of course, like you have your trending topics in Q4 too as well that do really well, trending niches. And there's a lot we can get into right there.
Two questions above that was Rudy. Any idea if Shirtley is adding new products? Are they going to launch their listing mockup generator? So they're dropping mugs and something else awesome this summer, and then they're adding like they've added like the sublimation aspect, so they're going to be doing like phone cases and all that. I think in time for Q4, like September,
Mhm.
October. So yeah, they get their once they move and settle in the States with their new facility, they're going to be blowing up that way.
Yep.
And then what was the other thing? The launch their listing mockup generator. I assume that's in the works. I don't know. I never ask about that because I don't use a listing or markup generator. I create my own, as you guys should. You should learn the platform you're on. If you're uploading to Etsy, learn how to create a listing in Etsy. Learn how to drop an image on a flat lay or whatever it is. You don't always have to do it that way, but knowing how to do it from the grassroots way is, I
Yep.
mean, it's imperative. I think you need to know the background on how to do that.
All right. No, you good?
Any more questions there? I think we're good. Thanks so much,
Thank
Jake. Rock. These are invaluable and much appreciated. Thank you, Mario, for the kind words.
Yep. Thank you, Mario. Appreciate that. You always showing up, man. What's up?
Yeah, so William, two up from that. William says you can use Cameo or Cricut printable vinyl, and you can seal the stickers. So perfect. Yeah, I mean, and you can get into those for like $200-300, I think, too, for the lower end stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking I've always used like a Roland plotter or something bigger, but yeah. So there you go.
Yep.
Uh, and they have a pretty low learning curve, right, William? I think so. Yeah. So that on that note, come
No.
join the Scale, man.
Yep. No, I dropped the link right there too for you guys. If you guys are unaware, Ready Aim Scale. I dropped the link right there in the comments. We created a monthly challenge for this month of June, right? And this is more it dives deep more into research and how we do research and stuff like that. And we create monthly challenges for the members, right? So if you guys get bored, right, and you have nothing to do, nothing to learn this month, we're always creating fresh new content. Okay, so that's really solid. And then also too, we do weekly calls for everyone too as well in the back of Ready Aim Scale. Okay, it's a private group. We have a few people crushing it over there on KDP, by the way. And then this is Jay's favorite topic to talk about when it comes to about the community back there. So you want to go ahead and knock that out real fast?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we got the monthly challenges, so you're winning on the front end and back end because you're winning because you're gonna if you actually take part in the challenges and put in the work, you're gonna make more money, right? And then secondarily, we give away $100 to anybody who does that. But my favorite part about the whole thing is the community. We celebrate our victories, our failures. We so much information we share. It's trustworthy. There's nobody in there ripping anybody off. We don't tolerate any bullshit. If anybody's in there, even we get a glimpse of somebody ripping somebody off, they would be gone. But it hasn't occurred yet.
Yep.
We're fortunate, right? We foster a culture that I think is largely about helping others. So to be able to, it's so rewarding, right? To be
Yeah.
able to
Yeah. No,
part of
and
it,
I think
feel myself as a part of it instead of like a leader that some people were saying, right?
yeah.
It's great. It's a great thing to be a part of. That's my favorite part for sure.
No, no, for sure. And then also too, we have the illustrations back there too as well that you guys can use. They're all for commercial use, right? We have some really awesome illustrations that are created, right? And you can put your own saying, your own flip on it, right? Make it yours and stuff like that. So there's some really cool stuff back there.
And quite literally, I mean, everyone's definition of success is different, but
Mm.
you've got three of us as RJ and I and D in there to basically, I think our knowledge of online ecom covers like very much close 90% probably of the spectrum in terms of like the different avenues, different platforms, and you get three unique perspectives on a lot of the same stuff. So like
Yeah.
we just did research was June's, right? So
Mhm.
RJ, D, and myself have uploaded all these videos on how we um, do our own research, and entirely different. There are some
Yeah.
overlap in terms of commonality, but it's three unique perspectives. The goal is to provide you with as many avenues as possible to get
Mhm.
to that end goal and makes it a little bit more money, free up some more time, right?
Yep.
So you
And
can
then
get
also too, I dropped some AMS content back there. I'm gonna drop a few more videos. I dropped one yesterday, but I know this month I dropped about 6 videos back there on AMS, right? I know that's a big question. That's a big question. How do you do AMS? It's a whole different ball game, right? When you're running ads to your products, it can be your books, it can be uh your merch by Amazon products, right? So
Hmm.
one
And
of
I
the
mean,
most huh?
go ahead.
I said one of the most important things is figuring out your ACOS. Most people don't even know what their ACOS is. So that's really, really important. So, yep.
Yeah, and Ganti down there says that best money can buy. It's only $20 a month, so like literally, you sell like 4 or 5 T-shirts or two on Etsy, made your money
Mhm.
back.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I dropped the link. Okay. Drop the link right here, guys. Check it
Mm,
out. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you guys support us and you guys get value out of these lives, right? We know what we're talking about. So it's right there. So
yeah,
all
and
right,
if you
guys.
I was just gonna say, and if you do have any questions, anybody about Shirtley, feel free to hit me up or whatever, or ask on the page, and I'll drop their affiliate link. Through us is exclusive. You'll get $1, $1 off your first 100 orders, and there's no expiry on that. So, like, if it takes you 3 months or however long, go building slowly, you're not going to lose. So you'll get that full $100 credit over time. So no pressure. Up to you guys.
All right, I think, and that's gonna do it right there. Good.
Peace, guys.
Peace out.